Hello Sangha, welcome to day 5 of our 31 days of yoga 2025. Right now I'm sitting outside what's home for the next 8 days. When I practice with Indraji and she guides the practice, she always encourages us to feel like we're coming home, especially on the exhale, like feel like you're coming home to your center. And when we come together, I hope that you have a feeling that you are coming home to somewhere safe, somewhere secure, somewhere settled, somewhere peaceful, somewhere nourishing. So yeah, this is our practice. You know, our practice is designed to bring that feeling of nourishment and coming home. So we're going to start today on our back. So moving anything that you're sitting on, give yourself a little space on your mat. Bring yourself to rest on your back. Put your right hand on your belly, left hand on your heart. And take some slow, easy breaths in and out here. Slow, smooth breaths, letting your body settle into the ground. Letting all the tension that we might hold in our bodies and our breath and our minds, just letting that settle and dissolve into the earth. Place both hands by your sides. And as you inhale, float your arms up and over. And as you exhale, let them come back down by your sides. And try that a few more times, making it smoother and slower. And when you finish the next one, press your feet into the floor. And as you inhale, let your hips rise. Really see how it feels to get them a little bit higher. And then let them slowly come down. Okay? And try that 2 or 3 more times. It's really full engagement. Feel like your glutes and your hamstrings are supporting you coming up a little bit higher. And one more time. And then try that a couple more times, but also add your arms back into. So when heel up and over, our arms go up and over, our hips rise. And one last time. Again, you can always do more or less of anything that we're doing. Bring your feet from the floor, take your hands around your knees, gently rock from side to side, make circles, anything that feels good that way. And then roll out to one side, push into the ground, come up to a seated position, shuffle your hips back a wee bit. Bring the fingers of one hand to the back of your head, the other hand on your knee, and let your elbow drift back, and then your elbow come down diagonally across. And try that movement a few more times. Okay, so just getting things warmed up. We'll do a few bigger movements today, nothing too intense, but some down dog to some high lunges. And then maybe release your arm all the way back and release this hand to the floor. So you can really go deeper with that movement, reaching all the way across and all the way up. All the way down, all the way up. Okay, one last time maybe. And then shake off this hand, get it really loose and relaxed. Okay. Place that hand on your knee, bring the other hand to the back of your head, let your elbow go back and across, go out and then over, releasing the hand out, releasing the hand down, and you might find you want to like kind of squeeze into this a little bit more if you're feeling a little tight. And you can reach all the way back and all the way across. Okay. Reaching up and shake it off, get nice and loose. There's a little millipede coming towards me. Hopefully I'm not having to like move it. Hopefully it's got the wherewithal to move around. So shrug out your shoulders up and down. Take your head from side to side. Any other movements that's feeling good for you. And then switch to all fours. Hands forward, toes tucked. Okay. hips back towards your heels, pushing gently into your hands and float up into downward facing dog. And pedal out either side of your downward facing dog. See how that feels as you let one heel come down, then another heel come down. Come up on your toes, raise your left leg, let it really open up, and then float that left foot forward outside your left hand. That might be easier said than done, so you might have to take a couple of attempts at that. Let your back knee come down, and inhale, reach up with your left hand. Turning and reaching. And then let it come down. Okay, try that one more time. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, letting go. Okay, slide your left leg back. Tuck underneath your toes, hips back towards your heels. And heels back and down. Floating up, drifting up into downward facing dog. Again, pedaling one side, pedaling the other side. Come up on your toes, inhale, lift your right leg. Let your right foot float forward. Outside your right hand, let your left knee come down. Adjust anything you need to adjust, like little micro adjustments. You see me doing it all the time, like this doesn't feel right, I'm going to make a slight adjustment to my hand or my foot. You should feel free to do that anytime. Inhale up with your right hand. And exhale down. Okay. Try that one more time. Inhale up with your right hand. And exhale down. Okay, send your right leg back. Tuck underneath your toes. Hips back towards your heels once again. Heels back and down into downward facing dog. Looking underneath each armpit. Come up on your toes. Do the same thing again. Left leg goes up. Left foot floats forward. This time keep your back knee up, but drop it closer to the floor. And inhale up with your left hand. And exhale, let it come down. Okay. Move things around here. Knee up or down if that's feeling helpful for you. And then inhale up again with your left hand. And exhale down. Back into downward facing dog. Okay, pedaling it out. Right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, foot forward. Outside your right hand, sinking your hips. Again, knee close to the floor, but up if it feels okay. Inhale up with your right hand. Exhale down. Okay. Moving things around. Inhale up with your right hand. Exhale down. And back into downward facing dog. Pedaling out one side, pedaling out the other side. And let your knees come down. Both knees go wide. Touch your big toes together. Hips back in your heels, elbows towards the floor, forehead towards the floor. Take an easy breath in and out here. Lift your head, lift your elbows, walk your hands back towards your knees. Bring your knees together and let your hips rest on your heels. See how that feels. Okay. See if you can relax into a kneeling position. Remember, like I've already said in previous days, cushions, blocks, whatever you need. Okay, let's try for our higher lunges. Tuck underneath your toes. Hips back in your heels, heels back and down. Floating up into your downward dog. Pedaling it gently out. Raise your left leg. Drop your left foot forward inside your left hand this time. Okay, see if you can bend your left knee. Find your support from your back foot and your front foot. Inhale, sweeping up. Okay. Exhale, floating forward and down. And back into downward dog. Again, pedaling out both sides. Come up on your toes, inhale your right leg. Exhale, let it come forward through between your hands. Okay. Bend your right knee. Find what you need from both feet. Inhale, we're going up. Nice. Exhale, we're coming down. Step it back to downward facing dog. See how your breath is. If you're a little out of breath, take a little off, but not too much. Come up on your toes. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, take your left foot through. When I say take a little off, I mean like your foot off the gas, not clothes or anything weird like that, okay? It's in your own house, you can do what you like. Inhale, go up. This time, can you lower your back knee to the floor and let it come up? Can you lower it down and let it come up? And if you've got a third one, and up. Taking your hands forward and down, back into downward dog. Any movements that feel good in your down dog. Come up on your toes, inhale your right leg. Exhale, let it come through. Bend your right knee. Inhale, going up. And if one knee feels a little sore, don't worry about bringing it down. Knee down and up, okay? Knee down and up. Knee down and up, okay? Taking it forward, back into downward dog. And again, pedal it out before bringing your knees forward and down, taking your knees a bit wider, your big toes together, your hips back in your heels, your elbows towards the floor, your forehead resting on the floor. Lift your head, lift your elbows, walk your hands back towards your knees once again. Knees together, hips resting heels. If you can go a little further back, you can go a little further back from this position. Maybe even let your knees come up and down. These are all possibilities. They're not, I wouldn't recommend if you're in pain or discomfort. If you let your knees come down, can you bring your hips a little bit higher? Maybe even let your head relax onto your trapezius muscles. Let your hips come down, bring your hands to your thighs, settle in again, and then place your hands forward. We'll do a little bit more, heels back and down, okay? This time we're going to come up on our toes, inhale, lift our right leg or left leg, float it through between your hands, okay? Push in through your front foot, rest into your back foot. Inhale, we're opening up to this high lunge, high warrior one. Drop your hands to shoulder height. Bend your front knee. Turn your palms face up just to soften your shoulders slightly and then let them face down. Look out over your front arm. Look out over your back arm. Take your gaze forward again. Take an inhale. Exhale your back hand and your back leg. Inhale up with your front arm and exhale, drift it back. Come to warrior two. Soft elbow in your knee, back arm over your ear, sinking down and looking up. Good. Come back to warrior two. Turn your toes. So one foot points now to the back. The other foot is slightly pointed, whatever feels comfortable really, to be honest. There's you know, you'll get sometimes told the way your foot should point, but it's not so important, okay? Turn your palms face up and your palms face down, looking out over your front arm. Take a big inhale into your chest, your thoracic area. Exhale, relax your back hand and your back leg. Inhale up with your front arm. Exhale, drifting it back. Inhale back to warrior two, soft elbow in your knee, back arm over your ear, reaching out over your ear and looking up. Back to warrior two, okay? We'll try that one more time either side. So straightening your legs, maybe taking your arms up and switch. Take an inhale, exhale, backhand. Inhale up with your front arm, exhale, let it drift back. Inhale back to warrior two, soft elbow in your knee, back arm over your ear. Breathing into warrior, well, this is side angle pose. We'll come from warrior two. And inhale back up. Okay, straight legs, arms up. Straighten your arms, turn your toes into this side. Take an inhale. Exhale, back hand in your back leg. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, floating back. Inhale to warrior two. Exhale, soft elbow in your knee. Bring your back arm over your ear. See how that feels. Good. And then come back to warrior two. Bring your palms together. Pointing both sets of toes forward. And see if you can take a little hop in to the middle. Shake it off. Don't worry about hopping if it's too uncomfortable. Okay. We'll do another balance posture today. We'll keep it fairly simple. What we're going to do is put one foot, instead of it being here, we're going to place it just above our opposite knee and let both hands come together. Taking slow breaths in and out from here. Keeping a smile on your face. I've got a lot. It's now about 28, 29 degrees here, so I'm a little sweaty. You hear the birds. And then place that foot down. Try the other side. Bring that foot just above your knee, your foot pointing out to the side. Maybe a soft bend in your standing leg so that you can give a slight shelf for your bent leg. And then gently release. Again, see if you can sit down without using your hands too much. Can you go all the way down to the ground? Can you find your cushion, your yoga block, your bolster, whatever you might have, and find a seat that makes sense and is comfortable for you. Try and lengthen up through your spine, okay? Try and keep your spine long. Drop your chin slightly. And let your focus come away from the constant considerations of our mind, the thoughts of our mind, and see if you can bring your awareness to your heart, okay? Just to the very center of you, the place you point to when you talk about yourself, when you say me, okay? And just notice what thoughts are coming up, you know, like the mind hates a vacuum. Which is why we use mantras like Om Namaha. But today we're just going to sit and see what thoughts arise. And rather than the mind being thrown around in the waves of our thoughts, we'll give it an anchor now. So bring your focus to your breath. And if you can you hear the sound of your breath? Can you be aware of the feeling of your breath? Maybe any aromas that come along with your breathing. So the sound of your breath, the feeling of your breath as it passes through your nostrils, down the back of your throat, into your lungs. And any aroma that comes with your breath. If you want to lie down and put the the TV or the phone or the laptop down and off and just rest. Then allow yourself to do that. Otherwise, if you're ready for your day or ready for your bed, let your fingertips come together, the base of your palms come together. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you guys, thank you for your practice today. Yeah, a really helpful tip is, especially being here, is find something today that you're grateful for. You know, like when you come to India and you see the poverty and but yet still a lot of joy in people's lives, but the real lack of, you know, material possessions, you know, like it's a really humbling experience. So, not that material possessions are everything, but yeah, it's we have a lot to be grateful for, is what I'm saying. So I'm sure you have many things: your friendships, your shelter, your warm shower, many things. Om Shanti.